Oh, Sarvadharmastapakatvam Sarvadharmaswarupakaha Acharyanam Mahacharyo Ramakrishnaya Te Namaha. O establisher of all the faiths, embodiment of all the religions, the greatest teacher among all the teachers, O Sri Ramakrishna, my salutations to you. Sri Ramakrishna categorically telling us that for this Kali Yuga, Bhakti is the easiest way of understanding the ultimate truth. Start with worshipping deities, doesn't matter. Then as we progress further, we will start getting rid of our body consciousness. Our body consciousness will lessen and lessen and lessen. And when the body consciousness is totally eliminated, then the stage will come that we can claim Aham Brahmosmi. We can realize that ultimate truth. We can realize that ultimate reality. That there is only one reality, Satchidananda Brahman, and all else is just an illusion. It is a dreamlike state, what we are seeing around us. It is all a swapnavat. It is a dreamlike state. So Sri Ramakrishna in today's teaching is going much deeper, that why it is so difficult for the beings, for the human beings to get rid of that body consciousness. The mind has got such a strong influence on everything that we do. The mind is so powerful. While the mind can take us to the greatest heights, the mind also is in the process playing with us to pull us down, to pull us down, to pull us down into the worldly temptations. So that is the caution that Sri Ramakrishna is giving for the Kali Yuga. That instead of straightway saying neti, 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 take up the path of bhakti. Devote yourself to the lotus feet of the Lord. Get that devotion, get that love for the lotus feet of the mother. And then you will start progressing. Then you will be able to play around with the mind instead of mind playing around with you. So Sri Ramakrishna now is explaining a very, very intricate yogic theory of Shat Chakra, or rather the 7 chakras. So today in this reading, in this teaching, Sri Ramakrishna is going to teach us that how these 7 planes in our body, the 7 chakras in our body, they are influencing depending on the location of mind in those chakras. They are either pulling us down or they are elevating us towards enlightenment. Now Sri Ramakrishna says, the Vedas speak of 7 planes in which the mind dwells. Our body has the 7 planes for that matter, 7 chakras. Now the yogis, through their understanding of this entire phenomena, they have analyzed and they have proved to us that this body is comprised of 7 chakras which are lined along our spinal cord, right from base of the spinal cord to the top and even beyond. So it starts with the 7 chakras. I mean, as you can see in this particular diagram, it starts with the lowermost portion of where our organs of evacuation, the anus, and then it progresses. The chakras progress upward. The lowest one is called as Mooladhara, that is the basic chakra, at the organ of evacuation. Then there is a Mooladhara at the organ of procreation. Then there is Manipur chakra, which is in line with our navel. Then is the Anahata chakra. Anahata chakra is in line with our heart. Now these are not exactly at the locations of these physical internal organs. These are the kind of planes which are parallel with these organs. So lowest is the Mooladhara chakra at the organ of our evacuation. Then the Svadhisthana, the organ of procreation. Then comes the Manipur chakra at the level of our navel. Then comes the Anahata chakra. Anahata chakra is at the level of heart, not this physical heart which is pumping blood inside our body. It is, yes, it is somewhat at this particular location. I mean, if we are going to pinpoint, geometrically, it will be at the heart of it. It will be at the location very close proximity to our heart. That is called as Anahata chakra, the plane of heart. Above this is the plane of throat. It is called as the Vishuddha chakra. Then after Vishuddha chakra is the plane between our eyebrows. That is called as Ajna chakra or Ajna chakra. These are the 6. The Mooladhara, the Svadhisthana, the Manipur, Anahat, Vishuddha, the Ajna, and the ultimate 7 which lies on top of our head. That is the Sahasrara. So these are the 7 planes within our body. And now Sri Ramakrishna tells the secret of why we can't go to that ultimate realization. Sri Ramakrishna says normally in the worldly beings, the mind dwells in the lower 3 chakras. The lower 3 chakras at the organ of evacuation, at the organ of procreation, at the navel level. In these 3 planes, till the time the mind is dwelling in these 3 planes, Sri Ramakrishna says that in that state, mind loses all its higher visions. When the mind is immersed in worldliness, it dwells in the 3 lower planes. It can't move up. And since it is there at the lower 3 planes, it is tied up in the gamut of woman and gold. It is tied up in the gamut of lust and greed. Because all the thoughts are towards the sensual enjoyments, are towards fulfilling our the eating needs. And with that, the entire focus is on materialistic enjoyment. So these 3 levels, when the mind dwells in that, it doesn't allow mind to progress further on to the higher planes. In that state, the mind loses all its higher visions. It broods only for lust and greed. That is the pathetic state of mind when it is dwelling in these 3 planes. Then comes the 4th plane, the Anahata chakra. When the mind somehow, through our spiritual pride, now for Baddha Jiva, the 4 types of jivas that Sri Ramakrishna had taught us in our initial learnings. The Baddha Jiva, for Baddha Jivas, the mind is always at the 3 lowermost planes. The mind doesn't go beyond the Manipur chakra at all. It just wants material enjoyments. It just wants sensual enjoyments. And then Sri Ramakrishna says the 4th plane of mind, the 4th plane is the plane of heart. And when the mind comes to the level of heart, when the mind comes to Anahata chakra, then the difference starts. When the mind dwells there, one has the first glimpse of spiritual consciousness. Then the first spiritual experience starts. The moment the mind elevates itself, gone are the requirements for all those material pleasures then. Now the spiritual consciousness has awakened the moment I have brought my mind to the level of Anahata chakra. The moment mind comes there, it is the first glimpse of spiritual consciousness. Then one sees light all around. Then the process of enlightenment starts. But it is still not the final enlightenment. The light has just lighted. You have stuck a matchstick and you have lighted the lamp. the light has just sparked. One sees light all around. Such a man, perceiving the divine light, becomes speechless with wonder, and all he can utter is, "Ah, what is this? What is this? Such a beautiful thing." The devotee, the aspirant, is wonderstruck, having seen, having experienced that spiritual treasure. But he is still far away from that treasure. The mind is just at Anahata Chakra. Now, on this Anahata Chakra front, I'm reminded of teachings of some of our great Swamis and nuns of the order. That where is this Anahata Chakra? Now, in one of his lectures, Swami Sarvapriyanandaji, he had mentioned Anahata Chakra, which is the location. So he said, normally, whenever we are referring to ourselves, we point our finger. We point our finger towards this place of our body, I. So that is the place where the Anahata Chakra lies. Then I remember one talk by Pravarjika Brahmaprana Mataji of Sharda Convent, Vedanta Society. She had mentioned that the Anahata Chakra is 10 fingers away from the naval chakra, from the Manipura chakra. Now, if you measure actually the 10 fingers, like this, it is also the same point. The interpretation is different, but the location, it comes to same. And then in one of the lectures of my Guruma, most revered Pravarjika Ajay Prana Mataji, she had mentioned in one lecture that where is this Anahata Chakra in our body? She said, put your hand, put your little finger on your navel and extend it like this. Extend it like this. Where your thumb ends is Anahata Chakra. Then I was just wondering that all the three locations that these three great saints for that matter, Swami Sarvapriyanandaji, Brahmaprana Mataji, Ajay Prana Mataji, they have given different indications to know where the Anahata Chakra lies. The pointing towards oneself, I, that is the place. Also, that is the same place when we measure it with 10 fingers, one on top of other. And also, the same place is when, like my Guruma said, you put your lower little finger on your navel and extend your fingers like this, and where the thumb ends, that is the Anahata Chakra. So perfectly they have kind of given an indication for us to realize where this Anahata Chakra is. So anyway, so once the mind elevates to the Anahata Chakra, the process of enlightenment starts. And then the devotee, the aspirant, is wonderstruck. Ah, what is this? What is this? That is the ultimate kind of initial feeling of the realization. That the happiness, the joy, that bliss one experiences when the mind reaches at this level is beyond explanation. The fifth plane is the mind of thought. Now, once the mind comes at the Vishuddha Chakra, the plane of thought, Sri Ramakrishna says, when the mind reaches the Vishuddha Chakra, the aspirant becomes free from all ignorance and illusion. Now there is no more illusion. Now there is no body consciousness left. It has been discarded totally. There is no illusion, there is no confusion, there is no delusion. There is no effect of Maya as such. He does not enjoy talking or hearing anything but God. Now this exactly used to happen in the case of Sri Ramakrishna also. Whenever during the gathering, with devotees, if by chance, perchance, if the topic used to swing towards a worldly topic, Sri Ramakrishna used to get restless. He used to get up from his seat and go and walk towards the temple of Mother Kali, or just start walking in the corridor outside his room. He used to get very upset when people used to start talking about the worldly things. He does not enjoy talking or hearing about anything but God. If people talk about worldly things, he leaves the place at once. And this is what we read this happening in Sri Ramakrishna's life in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. He used to leave that company till the time the mood of the devotees came back onto the spiritual plane. That is the Vishuddha Chakra. The devotee, the aspirant, loves only to talk about God, only to listen to the glories of the God. That's it. No other thought, no other worldly thought, no other materialistic thought. It is all gone. It is past history then. Then, when it reaches the forehead, the Ajna Chakra, the chakra of forehead, the plane at the forehead, then when the mind reaches it, the aspirant sees the form of God day and night. Then there is nothing but thought of God, 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 day and night, 24 hours. It is 24/7. That association with the divine. It starts when the mind reaches this plane of forehead, the Ajna Chakra. But even then, little trace of ego remains. Even then, the ego is not totally gone. At this point, ego is still there. Maybe it is hardcore devotee ego. It is hardcore ego of the child. It is hardcore ego of the servant of the master. But little bit of trace of that ego still remains, Sri Ramakrishna says. One becomes intoxicated and rushes forth to touch and embrace it. Now the God is there. Now I know. My mother is there. I want to embrace my mother. I want to embrace my Lord. But I cannot do it. There is still something between us. There is still something between us, and that ego, whatever minute traces, that ego is preventing us to come and be one with my mother. One feels as if one could touch the light, like when there is a lamp with a lampshade. We have seen the light now. Now the flame is right in front of us, but we cannot touch the flame because there is still a barrier of the glass covering on that lamp. I am not able to touch that the flame. I am not able to experience the warmth of that flame. I can just see it. I cannot touch it. But one feels as if one could touch the light, but one cannot on account of the pane of glass which is between us, between the flame and between me. That glass is still there. Then on the top of head is the Sahasrara. And then Sri Ramakrishna says, when the mind reaches that plane, it knocks out the ego in totality. Even the trace of ego which is still here, that entire ego is knocked out. When the top of the head is the seventh plane, when the mind rises there, one goes into samadhi. Then one embraces oneself with the Divine Mother. Then one embraces the Lord. Then the salt doll enters the sea waters and just becomes one with it. There is no existence of salt doll at all. It is all salt merged with the salt of the sea water. That's it. It is nothing. So this is what Sri Ramakrishna says. But one does not, he remains unconscious of the outer world. And then Sri Ramakrishna says that it is extremely rarest of the rare phenomena to happen. It is the rarest of the rarest achievement for the spiritual aspirant to happen. Dwelling on this plane of consciousness, he gives up his body in 21 days, Sri Ramakrishna says. That having reached that Sahasrara, once mind reaches that Sahasrara, then this entire body, mind, ego complex, it just vanishes. Then the salt doll becomes one with the salt. Everything just vanishes, disappears. then is the ultimate realization. And Sri Ramakrishna says that the realizers, those who reach that plane, they cannot survive more than 21 days. Only the souls, only the eternally free, or only the free souls, the Nitya Jiva, or the saints or the sages, they can come down from that plane for the sake of teaching the devotion to the humanity. Otherwise, you reach that stage and you're off in 21 days, Sri Ramakrishna says. That is the condition of Brahmajnani. But then Sri Ramakrishna says, don't worry about it. You are not going to reach that plane so soon. So, you are all bhaktas. Yours is path of devotion. So, enjoy your journey at least till Anahata stage. At least till Anahata Chakra. At least till Vishuddha Chakra. Or even be happy. Be in a state of bliss. Bringing your mind to the Ajna Chakra. You see the God. You may not be able to embrace the God. Because there is still a barrier of a trace of ego that is left out. Ultimate is the Sahasrara. Crossing over that, you are Brahmajnani. Then you are into that position of claiming Aham Brahmosmi. Not till then. So this is just the wonderful teaching Sri Ramakrishna taught to this huge gathering of the Brahmo devotees about how the mind at different planes in our system, in our yogic system, from the Mooladhara to the Sahasrara, it keeps on evolving from lower plane to upper plane towards attaining that ultimate realization. So let us all, with the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna and Ma Sharada, let us pray to them. Let us pray to our deities for that matter, that please elevate our minds to the level of Anahata Chakra, to the level of Vishuddha Chakra, if not to the level of Ajna Chakra. But at least let us immerse in singing the glories of God. Let us immerse ourselves, let us merge ourselves in chanting the name of the Lord. So that is the thing. And on this chakra thing, I am reminded it is slightly getting delayed today's talk. But it is worth mentioning over here. Swami Turiyanandaji, Hari Maharaj, he had spoken about our Ma, Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi. He said, we all human beings, we are entangled in the lower three chakras. We are not able to bring it to the level of heart. I mean, Swami Turiyanandaji is saying it. It is so difficult to bring the mind to the level of heart or to the level of throat, to the Anahata Chakra or to the Vishuddha Chakra. And he said, but look at our Ma. Chanting Radhu, Radhu, Radhu. Ma was absolutely attached to her niece Radhu. She used to love her so much. He said, chanting the name of Radhu, 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 she is pulling her mind from way above the Sahasrara to the level of throat. Just for the sake of we children, that she could enjoy singing the name of the glories of Sri Ramakrishna, singing the name of glories of the deities. That is how Ma was in her true self. She was trying to bring down the mind from way above the plane of Sahasrara to the level of throat, to the level of heart, for the sake of her children. For such souls, for such incarnations, mind never dwelt on the lower, any of the lower three planes. That is the beautiful example that Swami Turiyanandaji has quoted for our sake, that let us at least try to bring our mind to the level of Anahata Chakra, to the level of Vishuddha Chakra, if not to the level of Ajna Chakra in this life, at least to Anahata and to the Vishuddha Chakra, so that we keep on chanting the name of the Lord. We keep on singing the glories of the Lord. That is our teaching from Sri Ramakrishna today. Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai Swami.